I want to share my vision. It started about 25 years ago. I was having a dream. I was physically asleep, and in the dream, which was vivid and unforgettable, I was carrying a huge, blazing, Olympic-sized torch. It was so big that I needed both my hands to carry the torch. And everywhere I went, I lit unlit torches. The intensity of the flame and the sound of the igniting other torches was unforgettable. I realized when I woke up that that wasn't just an ordinary dream, that possibly was a vision. And that vision has fueled me for the past 25 years. It inspires me to always do my best to shine my light wherever I am, whenever I can, to as many people as possible. A few years ago, I wrote an article that encapsulated what I believe is my vision, which I call a cradle to grave ecosystem. So allow me to share that with you. We have a witness of our first breath at birth. There's usually a witness for our last breath at death. My question is where's the support for each breath in between, from cradle to grave? My big vision is to co-create a lifelong support system from cradle to grave. So each person is nurtured to give their one-of-a-kind gifts for the greatest good. I frame that vision with 3 stories. Firstly, song. In the African village, the community learns a unique song of the unborn child once the pregnant woman finds that she's going to give birth. When the child is born, the entire village sings that new song. The song is sung for every life milestone: puberty, into manhood, into womanhood, marriage, and eventually the birth of their own children. When a person commits a wrong against a community, the village, the entire village, sings a song to that person to remind them who they are. And at the end of their life, the song is sung one last time. The moral of that story is it's important to be celebrated before birth and throughout life, to have a community that knows your unique song, to sing it to you, to remind you of who you are. The second story is about my grandson, Brandon. Every week, he and his brother would come spend the night, Saturday night, with my wife and I. And one Saturday night, I was giving Brandon a bath, and he climbed out of the bathtub, and there he was at the age of 3, all pink and chubby, and just wanted to take a bite of him. He was so yummy looking. And he was drying himself with a towel, and spontaneously I began to cry, and tears were streaming down my face. And Brandon looked up at me as he was drying himself, and he said, "Grandpa, why are you crying?" And I told him, "Sometimes you cry when you're sad, and other times you cry when you're happy. Brandon, I'm so happy that you and your brother Brian are here with Grandma and I. I am happy that you are in my life." The moral of that story? To capture the preciousness of each moment by being fully present and vulnerable, to see the potential of the next generation and to guide them. And finally, the last story is about when I was being trained as a hospice volunteer in Cleveland, Ohio. And there was a mandatory 8-week training. And one of the training sessions was at the hospice house, which is located right next to Lake Erie there in Cleveland, Ohio. And after the training session, the training coordinator and all the other volunteers went home. And I hung out and walked the halls of the house. And on the walls were these amazing paintings and crafts that displayed some of the people who were in transition, about to die, as well as some of their family members. And I was moved. I was really moved by the honesty and the power of their expression and celebration of life. And in that moment, as I stood before each one of these paintings, I was deeply touched by two emotions. One was a sense of joy. There was excitement to see this expression and celebration of life. And the other emotion was sadness. A deep sense that there must be more inside that person that never came out. And my question is what else might be there that didn't come out? The moral is so much is inside each person that I believe longs to be expressed. We can be midwives to one another's dreams and expressions. What if we each had someone who knew our song and reminded us of who we are? What if we nurture our children in the future in ways that celebrate them? What if we express our gifts in full service to others? What if? Why not? Let's co-create this together. I'm going to put a link to the article that I posted a few years ago on LinkedIn. My invitation is, let's connect face to face, heart to heart, and create this lifelong support system for each other. None of us is as smart as all of us.